There's Petco Park on a fine night for baseball here on the show. A good matchup here for you tonight between the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. It's Padres baseball on the show, and it comes your way next. Ulysses Chacin gets the start for San Diego in this one. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, I love watching this guy pitch, and particularly when he's got runners in scoring position. He's a guy that gets better when he has runners on base. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he gets in a jam. What does he do to get out of these jams where his numbers look so good with runners in scoring position?
For San Francisco.
Digging in, Denard Span. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Now the pitch. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he takes strike three called on the fastball, and the leadoff man is gone to start the evening. And here's how the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. What's the key for them tonight, Harold?
Well, Matt, the first thing that stood out to me when I looked at their stat sheet and looking at their ball club, dead last in home runs. They don't hit a lot of home runs. They manufacture runs. They're going to have to hit gappers. They're going to rely on the speed of the middle infielders to be able to create different things like that. But if you're looking for home runs, this is not the club to watch.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Eduardo Nunez is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Weather shouldn't be much of a factor. 71 degrees here at game time. Bounce to first. Oh, look at the sliding stop. He beat it out. Nearly a highlight reel play, but they'll have a runner on here with one away.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon Belt.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. Pitch out, nothing doing.
No strike.
The 1-0 delivery. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
There's two pitches in a row, Matt, that were away. If this is any indication how he's going to pitch him the rest of that bat, he's saying you're going to beat me the other way. Nothing inside for him to pull. If you want to hit it, take it the other way.
From the belt, kicks and deals. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
The 1-2 pitch. Runner goes for second. In the dirt here. Pitch is in the dirt and knocked down, and he'll make it into second easily with a stolen base.
Well, he's certainly doing his best to get his team out to an early lead. Picks up the single and then decides that's not good enough, so he swipes second to get into scoring position. Now we'll see if the guys can pick him up.
A throw behind the runner at second. Runner back standing. 2-2 count. Here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
We're seeing a good AB here from the 3-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Late swing and a ball line fouled into the seats past the third base dugout. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound. When you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Digging in, Buster Posey. He's got that average way up into the 330s to begin the day. Here comes the first pitch. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1.
Well, I think that's a great spot for that pitch. In on the hands. It wasn't a strike, but if he can command the movement in there, he's going to be very effective in this one.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball wasn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
Well, that got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, followed up with the fastball, and he's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And he gets a piece there and chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. I was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate. Now a look and a throw back to second. And he's back easily. 2 out here and a runner at second. I had him lunging there as he's just able to tap it foul at home plate. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way, but a little unlucky there as it's hit right to him in right field for the final out of the inning. So they get a man to second here in the opening half inning, but fail to capitalize. Giants 0, Padres coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Madison Bumgarner is on the mound for the Giants in this one. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's a rare breed in today's game. He doesn't rely on the strikeout. He's averaging less than 7 strikeouts per 9. So they're going to put the ball in play on him. He's a guy that's going to use his defense. It's almost like a throwback to yesteryear.
Stepping in, Manuel Margot. And he really thrives in the batter's box here at home. Something to keep an eye on in this one. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Harold, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Well, Matt, it's always nice to win the first game on the road and then you get ready for game 2. It just makes you feel like, hey, this could be a pretty productive road trip. If you win 2 games in a row, then you're really knowing we got a chance to have a great trip.
Here it comes on 1-1. Grounded fouled off to the right side. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Swinging a soft liner. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. With that, the inning opens with the Padres getting their leadoff man on base.
Well, this is the recipe they want. Their pitcher comes out, throws a scoreless top of the first, and then you get a leadoff single to start the bottom of the inning. Good start.
Now we'll snap one off over to the bag, and he's back standing. Stepping in now, Carlos Suarez, and he pops up the bunt attempt. Bumgarner is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Time now to check the hometown Padres lineup card in this one. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, this is a very aggressive club. They steal a lot of bases. They're not at the top of the league, but, man, they're right there. They're not far behind. They will run at every opportunity they get to try to force mistakes.
Here's Will Myers, hitting a little over 250 coming into action in this one. Ready with the first pitch. And you wonder about the control now as he misses high with a slider. And set up behind the dish is Woody Keller as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Matt, I got to be totally honest here. With Woody Keller behind the dish, don't be too surprised if you have a few questionable calls. It's not that he's consistently off, but I've been told it seems like he has a fairly tall strike zone. We'll keep an eye out for that.
Ball 2 now. Here comes Bumgarner, 2-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
Runners on first with one down. And he'll snap one over to first. And he just manages to get his hand in. To 2-2 now.
2-2.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
Into the box now, Jose Perella. Ball 1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Bumgarner sets. Here's the 1-0. Pitch misses low. The throw down. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
Two 2-0 count and the pitch. 3-0 now.
He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. And this is fouled back and out of play. And a great location that time on the corner. 3-2 now. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Has a look, now the pitch. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit. Throw goes over to third. Throw won't get him.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Jabari Blash.
Into the box now, Jabari Blash, hoping to cash in here in the first inning. Runners at the corners, 2 away. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's by him for strike 1.
Well, he's in a bit of hot water in this first inning, but if he can start throwing his slider effectively like that, he has a lot better chance of settling in.
Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
He appears to be having some issues with pitch command to start the game. He's dealing with 2 guys on, and that last pitch looked like a big mistake in that location. Right down the middle, but he got away with it.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second.
Man, he's an absolute train wreck out there so far. That's his second wild pitch of the first inning. We'll see if he can get the train back on the tracks here, but something is definitely off with his delivery right now.
Second and third, 2 away. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3-2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
Full count, here it comes. And a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3, and the inning is over. Padres leave a pair. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Not the shiniest of batting average as he comes in hitting down in the 220s for the year. Into the windup and the pitch. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
1-1.
1-1 home now to Crawford. And they're going to have a leadoff base runner here as the fastball's lined into left, a base hit.
Well, he had really struggled in this cold streak he's been in right here, so that's a welcome single. He watched his average plummet below 230.
Hunter Pence.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. And there you see his righty-lefty splits and how they've played out so far this season. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball.
And that slider's almost in the dirt.
No strike.
A runner at first with no outs here. Oh, double play ball to second. 4, 6, 3, and they turn the double play.
Batting seventh, second baseman, Joe Panic.
Here's Joe Panic. He carries a batting line in the 280s to begin this one. Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball 1. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Right down the chute that time. 1-2.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle center cut. Tough pitch to take.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Down the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Again, a 1-2. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate every chance he gets.
Set to deal on 2-2. And this is fouled at the plate. Two out, nobody on. Grounded to third. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
What a great swing. That ball got back as far as he could, and he shot it right past the third baseman. Now, the third baseman wasn't playing on the line. He's off the line a little bit, but I still like the execution of the swing.
Standing in now, Gorky Hernandez, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He'll enter play here at an even 250. No home runs as of yet, 13 RBIs. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. A high fastball is in there. Working for the punch out and the offering. Hit back up the middle. Ibar fields it cleanly, and he'll go the short way to retire the side. So they pick up no runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0. Here's Eric Ibar now. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one.
Eric Ibar.
There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1. That's wide, 2-0.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
He walked the guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
3-0 pitch on its way. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. 3-1. Here it is. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Well, this guy's been prone to giving up walks in bunches, and that's already 2 walks here in the early going. We'll see if this continues to be an issue for him as this start continues.
Stepping up now, Hector Sanchez. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. From the stretch. And this is going to be a foul ball. In the dirt. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, now might be a good time to make a visit to the mound. Your pitcher walks the first batter and allows him to get into scoring position with the wild pitch. Got to settle him down and make sure everything's all right physically.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. No one out with a runner at second. Grounded up the first baseline, but foul. Here's another 1-2. A little bouncer. That's a foul ball. Now another 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Soft liner to the left side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Well, when your average is down that low, he'll take any kind of hit. He'll take that all day long right there.
Caesar.
Into the box, Matt Caesar, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. 2 home runs. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. 10 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. Here it comes on 1-1. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here. So the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Line toward the gap in left center. And a base hit as that'll score the run from third, and the Padres will jump out to a 1-0 lead.
Man, he turned on that field line drive and scored the run easy.
Yolis Chacin.
In now, Yolis Chacin. Now a bunt attempt here. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense, brought to you by Majestic.
center
And I'm
fielder.
looking down there at Brandon Belt. You know, this guy has really solidified himself in the middle of the Giants' order. You weren't sure how he was going to hit, but one thing you did know, he was going to be able to defend. And that defense is one of the best in the league because of Brandon Belt.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Manuel Margot. He's got a chance to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A fastball that just misses inside.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
From the belt, kicks and deals. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Hit that. And this is past him at third. Down the line. It's a fair ball. In to score, the runner from third. And both runners will score. It's now a 3-0 ball game.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we could say that cold streak is officially over. That's his second hit of the game, and it goes for extra bases. We'll see now if this game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
Stepping in now, Carlos Asuaje, as Bumgarner gets ahead of him with strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Comes set with the 0-1. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him. Oh, and 2. Here it comes. And here's a ball hit in the air. Nunez is over now, and he's got it for route number 2.
First baseman, number 4, Will Myers.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Will Myers. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. First pitch is a slider called for a strike.
I like that take right there. I know it's a strike, but man, they're making him work. He's been struggling early, and now they're making him work even more. You got to stay within your game plan and be patient, and I think this is a good plan right now.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Man, it's been a long inning. He's grinding through it. Look, he's got an open base, and any other time I'd say maybe pitch around him, but you can clearly see this inning's taking its toll on him right now.
3 runs already home here. And there's ball 2 now.
Boy, his pitch count has really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Got a piece. It's 2-2.
I'm playing 2s, 2-2.
outside, and a full count, 3-2.
Pretty easy pitch to lay off there, 2-2. Not even close to being in the strike zone. He made it easy for the hitter in that one.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. On the move is Pence. And that retires the side. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll go now to the top of the third. The Padres lead it 3-0. Into the box, Madison Bumgarner. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third.
40, Madison Bumgarner.
Into the windup and the pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and the pitcher's got himself a base hit. So a leadoff single will be the start to their half of the third.
Well, they thought the inning was going to be set up nice. The pitcher's leading off, you get a quick out. Instead, he gets a base hit, and now here comes the top of the order. Look out.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He went down looking to open up the ball game. One and 0 pitch on the way. And this one will be fouled back in among the fans. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. He'll go to the bag for one. The tag, and he is out at second base. It's a double play.
Now batting.
Riding in once again, Eduardo Nunez. First offering on its way. There's a breaking ball over the outer half. And the pitch. And he misses with it, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. The 1-2 pitch. Soft liner towards short, and this will be taken down no problem for the final out of the inning. Giants are down quietly. They trail in this one 3-0. Ready for another chance? Jose Pirela. He'll begin things here against Madison Bumgarner.
Jose Pirela.
Into the windup and the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Chop foul right by home plate, and it's a ball and a strike.
Tell you what, that was a nice swing after the sequence. Following a fastball to get a changeup and you foul it off. Pretty good approach.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's Jabari Blash. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Too high, and it's 3-0. There's Eric Ibar. He'll be next. Three 3-0 pitch on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0. He wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0. He made a better pitch, and now he sits 3-1. Let's see what he does here.
Ball 4.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count, and the ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Digging in the switch hitter, Eric Ibar. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. First offering on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Hey, we're only in the 3rd inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
Here it comes, 1-0. That missed. Close. It's ball 2.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0.
Now a snap move over to first. And a dive, but he's back in there. Here he comes on 2-0. 3-0 now. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
From the belt, kicks and deals. And he misses again here. It's ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks here with 1 away.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Digging in to try it again, Hector Sanchez. He singled his last time up. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. And low, it's a ball and a strike.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, this hole he's digging on the mound is all his doing. If you can't throw strikes, you're not going to be out there very long.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
On the ground for Crawford. This could be 2. 1 there on to Belt, and they turn the double play. That ends the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. More baseball from downtown San Diego right after this. Back alongside Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as it'll be Brandon Belt getting ready to lead things off here.
Belt.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
So digging in now, Buster Posey. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Now the pitch. And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1.
Well, that's a high fastball in the low 90s. That is a dangerous, dangerous pitch right there. He got away with one. The guy took the pitch. Maybe he's just measuring him up. I wouldn't come back with that again.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Takes this the other way to right. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch for the second out.
The batter, number 35, shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
That's a slick play out there as we take a look at it on show motion. He was charging in quickly, and he slides to get under the ball just before it reaches the ground and gets the out. Well done.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
That fastball really got away from him there. That's kind of a red flag for me that he's starting to tire or wear down a little bit. The first thing that goes is location and then your mechanics. We'll see if this continues.
Hit on the ground to short. There's Ibar. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Giants down in order. They trail it here 3-0. Now batting, Matt Caesar, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at bat.
Matt Caesar.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. On its way is pitch number 75. Now a ball line foul as that's in the seats over the Padre dugout. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
2-strike back foot slider. That's a classic pitch. Nice job of laying off of that.
Grounded to the right. Panic is there. One away.
Out.
The pitcher, number 46, Yolis Chassin.
Stepping into the box, Yolis Chassin. He did his job and laid down the successful sac bunt in his first appearance. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Well, there's a strike looking, but you know what? They've been so patient. They're leading in this game, I think, because of their discipline at the plate. They're not swinging at balls out of the zone.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good two-strike breaking ball there, but this will wind up missing. It's 1-2.
Tried to backdoor him and lock him up with a curveball right there. Pretty good pitch, but he didn't quite get it to come back all the way to the corner. That's tough to do for most guys.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. 3 runs, 4 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. In tight with the slider, 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sliced hard, but foul. Look out over there. Ready with another 2-2. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Now, I know he struck out there, but for a pitcher, that's a pretty solid at bat. Anytime you can make an opposing pitcher out there work and throw quite a few more extra pitches, that's a quality AB in my book.
And that'll bring up Manuel Margot. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Bumgarner's ready. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
Well, Matt, if I use the cliche, it's not how you start, how you finish, it would apply right now. A couple innings ago, he had a rough inning. Didn't look good. But now he's starting to settle in a little bit better. He may be able to get through this thing.
And this is going to be a foul ball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1.
1 strike.
A shot down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Don't quite know where that one missed, but it's not for me to decide. 3-2. Full count. Here it comes. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego, but they lead it 3-0. Now at the plate, Hunter Pence comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Hunter Pence.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Right over the middle, knee high.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on, a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
And no offer that time from Pence as it evens the count at 1-1. Now here it comes. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Chopped weakly to the left. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Up next for the Giants, second baseman, Joe.
Here's Joe Panik. A base hit in his first trip. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a little tapper. Foul ball, strike 2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Pulled toward right center field. Margot's under it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Up next for the Giants, left fielder, Gorkis Hernandez.
So striding in, Gorkis Hernandez. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit surprised to see the bullpen inactive right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. Even though he's pitching okay, I do think you have to look at what he's given you and realize he's probably approaching the end of his rope pretty soon. Last thing you want is for things to start to unravel and not have a guy ready that you can turn to.
And a strike called at the knees, 0-1. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Cold strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-2.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is 1 pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. The slider freezes him at the plate. A called 3rd strike, and the inning comes to a close. Giants are down 1-2-3. Still down 3-0. Ready once again, Carlos Asuaje. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And that misses, ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And a fastball just a bit high. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. In the dirt. It's 3-0 now. Will Myers is on deck. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball.
Well, you definitely don't want to walk the leadoff hitter of the inning, and he's done a nice job of coming back. He was down 3-0. Now we're sitting 3-2. I think he's got the confidence now to throw another strike and see what happens.
Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. 1 away.
It looked like this at bat had the makings of a leadoff walk when it started 3-0. So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strikeout. That's not always easy to do.
Here's Will Myers. as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Bumgarner ready with the 0-1. 1-1. And here in just the 5th inning, this will be pitch number 100 here.
Well, that tells me we're going to have a bullpen game. You know, I'm looking at maybe tops 115, 120. That's a lot in one game, so we're going to be in the pen pretty soon.
1 out, nobody on. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Hence looks up. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another. A solo shot here off the bat of Will Myers. Number 17 for him on the season, as the Padres have stretched their lead now 4-0.
Well, before that homer, he was on autopilot, retiring 5 hitters in a row. Just goes to show you one lapse, one bad location, and all of a sudden you're licking your wounds a bit.
Third baseman, number 2.
Standing in now, Jose Pirela. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Gone! Back-to-back jacks on back-to-back pitches. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 5 on the year, as the Padres have now opened up a 5-0 lead.
Well, you just don't see that too often. Back-to-back dingers on back-to-back pitches. I mean, that's kind of a definition of instant offense, if you ask me.
Now here comes Bruce Bochy out of the Giants dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to make a move here, so that'll do it tonight for Madison Bumgarner. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Number 59 gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Number 59. Right fielder.
Here's Jabari Blash.
Jabari Blash.
Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting, the shortstop, Eric Ibar.
So coming to the plate, Eric Ibar. Couple of walks for him thus far. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Swing and a liner. Foul.
That's foul.
And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. The 0-2 delivery. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
That's a nice take right there. You don't get too excited about somebody taking a pitch, but a changeup right there in that situation with 2 strikes, that's good hitting.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Connor Gillespie will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Number 21, Connor Gillespie.
Takes a high fastball for a strike. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Pitch on the way. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Man, this guy has retired a whole slew right now. I think what he needs to do is just stay focused and keep attacking the game plan like he has up to this point, because everything he's done has worked.
To 2-2 now.
Playing 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a high pop-up. And the move to the pinch hitter will not pan out as that's taken in for the first out.
Center fielder number 2, Denard Span.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there. And that's a called strike at the letters, though that looked high from here. It's 0-2 now.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the spot right there for an 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider in the dirt, especially with the bases empty.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. And a swing and a ball hit foul heading for the seats. So another foul ball here, and it remains 1-2.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
He'll try again. 1-2. And he hung a curveball that time, and it stayed up around the letters. Ball 2. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left. The 2-2 one more time. Hard hit ball to second. Backhanded. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Up next for the Giants, third baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
Digging in to try it again. Eduardo Nunez. A hit in 2 tries so far. A fastball that just misses inside. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. To short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Giants down in order. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Stephen Oker, the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 48, Stephen Oker.
Hector Sanchez will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
Sanchez.
Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now the pitch. And this is popped up. Back behind second. Under it now is Crawford, and Brandon's got it for the first out.
The left fielder, number 23, Matt Caesar.
Ready once again, Matt Caesar. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch on its way.
No.
And a fastball just a bit up. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No, a little too much hook on it there. It's a foul ball. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
1 out, nobody on. Pitch popped up. Belt able to pull this one in for out number 2.
The batter, catcher, Yolis Chassin.
Corey Spangenberg will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Corey Spangenberg.
And a ball, 1-0. He'll check in here at 256. 5 homers and 19 driven in. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Hit out towards second. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Padres down in order, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Back here at Petco Park, Padres out in front in this one as we come to our game summary for the first 6 innings of play. Brad Hand is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 52, Brad Hand.
Ready for another shot now. Brandon Belt 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far.
Brandon Belt.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Margot on his horse. He's not going to get to it, so the leadoff guy's aboard with a base hit.
Well, he tried to double up with him on fastball. Showed him one. He got the next one. He measured the first one and timed the second one for the base hit.
Here's Buster Posey now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Padres are going to get something going out in the bullpen now as a left-hander has stood up to throw. First offering on its way. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. In the dirt here. And he is safe at second base as the decision to move up pays off, and that'll likely be scored a wild pitch.
And this is what happens when a power hitter is at the plate. You don't want to give him anything in the zone, and sometimes that leads to those tough-to-handle wild pitches. There's a chance they just put him on first now to avoid him doing any real damage.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
Well, that looked like a good pitch to hit right there. I thought he might be swinging 2-0, but that's what makes him such a good hitter. He's really zeroing in on his spot. He got the fastball he's looking for, but it wasn't in the location.
Check to swing there and pops this one up, and no one will get this one. He's set. Here's the 2-2. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Hey, it's not that easy to make a good hitter look that bad, but that's what happens when you can bring that fastball and ride it in on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
Into the box now, Brandon Crawford, as he'll take a look at ball one. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. One out and a runner on second base. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
That is power versus power. Here it is. Here's my best fastball. I'm going to get it up in the zone. I dare you to hit it.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss for out number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close. He would have needed a flagpole to hit that one.
Digging in once again, Hunter Pence. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Hit softly on the ground to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Giants leave 1. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Manuel Margot. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. Here comes the first pitch. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. But this is foul for the first strike. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. There is Crawford. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting, second baseman, Carlos Asuaje.
Ready for another chance? Carlos Asuaje. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Line drive to center field, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Striding in once again, Will Myers. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch on its way. And he takes ball one. Runners on first with one down. And this catches the outside corner, strike one. And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And a dive, but he's back. Here it comes on 1-1. Fastball stays way up that time for ball two. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. Runner at first here, one man out. Oh, and they pulled a string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works, too.
Into the box, Jose Pirela, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. 2 out with the man at first. Here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
That right there, Matt, may be the best pitch in baseball. I don't know why people don't throw that high fastball more. It is so difficult for a hitter to raise your hands up and try to get on top of that ball. And before you do all that, it's by you.
Got him swinging in the dirt. And the throw to first ends the inning. One left for San Diego as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Here's Joe Panik. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Joe Panik.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Objective number one right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1-2's the count.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball.
Oh, man, I think he thought he's going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away. 8th inning here from Petco Park. The Friars out on top in front of their home crowd as you get a look there at the line score to this point in the contest. Now in the box, Gorkys Hernandez. He's 0-for-2 with a strikeout in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a high strike there, 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Grounded weakly to the left. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first. Nick Hundley will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 5, Nick Hundley.
Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. The numbers coming in. He's at 255. 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Set to deliver the 0-1. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Ibar for 1. On to first. It's a double play as their woes continue. The inning is over. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Corey Guerin is on to pitch
now
out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 62, Corey Guerin.
Here's Jabari Blash. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Right fielder, Jabari Blash.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Oh, and he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
Oh, wow. That's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow. Not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
Ready on 0-2. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's thrown the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2. And the pitch. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Oh, and he lets him off the hook there as this isn't even close for ball 4.
That's an excellent at bat right there. Fell behind it early 1-2. Didn't panic or start chasing pitches out of the zone. He's able to lay off 3 pitches in a row, and he's standing on first with no outs. That's a great job.
Here's Eric Ibar now. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. Slider, and that's in there for strike 2. Nobody out, runner on first. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. One and two. Here it comes. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Pence has a read on it. He's got it 1 away. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, catcher Hector Sanchez.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Hector Sanchez. He flew out in his last at bat. First delivery to him on the way. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first with 1 down. Aiming for that outside corner, but just missing. 2-0.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
He's set, and the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
Three 3-0 count. Here it comes. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. But he won't draw a throw. That's taken for ball 4, and it's 1st and 2nd now with 1 away.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Stepping in now, Matt Caesar, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Great tilt on the slider on the inside corner. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Now both runners are breaking. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Hence is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second.
Now batting, the pitcher.
Number 17 will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. That batting average hovering in the high 230s. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
Here comes another 0-2. And a slider bounces, and that gets away. So now 2 men in scoring position.
Well, he's just lost complete control of the baseball in this inning. 2 walks and now a wild pitch. You know he's talking to himself in his head, and I can't imagine he's saying any real nice things either.
Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 gone. Now a flare out to left center. Crawford onto the grass, and that's the 3rd out. Padres leave a pair, but they hold a 5-0 lead. A nighttime view of what they call America's finest city, San Diego, California. Few would argue. Thanks for joining baseball on the show. Brandon Maurer enters the game from the pen, and because this is a non-save situation, it's evident that they're just trying to get him some work after having not thrown in several days.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him the chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Flashes under it. One down.
Now batting, third baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
Stepping into the box, Eduardo Nunez. He was a ground out victim last time up. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. One out, nobody on. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And the slider gets him swinging, 2 gone.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 2 out, nobody on. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Myers is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
A 5-0 finish tonight. Ulysses Chassin earned his 9th win of the year. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
The final